Hi everyone, let's do a Lazy Susan Dutch pour. Starting with the tape, use the frog tape, don't cheap out, you'll be sorry. Okay, gotta lay down some black base paint. And I just want to let you know that this is all sped up to 4x. I'm not that fast. Wish it was that fast. I get a lot more done, but I'm not. All right, going to spread out that black paint. The black paint is made to the same consistencies as the other paints that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to pay really close attention to getting those sides covered because it's much easier to cover the sides before than after. All right, so some pat, pat, pat. And there we go. Spin it a bit just to get the whole layer a little flatter. I apologize for the reflections. I decided to do a seagull shape, not just a seagull shape for laying my paints. That's silver. We got some Venetian rose, which is a beautiful mixture of like a pink and a peachy kind of color. Some gold, because it makes great cells and adds some softness and richness. That's going to be awesome. Some contrast. I've got caput mortuum, and I know I'm not saying that right, but it's sort of like a burgundy rosy color, and topping it off with some pearl white. All those metallics are going to make some great lacing and cells. At least I hope they do. All right, I'm going to surround the pattern with some more of that black base paint that's just to act as a help with the flow of the paint. And I've grabbed my mini blow dryer here to get those colors mixing. And you can see here how the colors are coming together and we're creating the pattern. So this is going to be a botanical Dutch pour. So what I'm looking for is some basic petals or leaf type shapes. I'm going to continue with this process on the next twig, blowing it out, getting those colors and cells to form. And I'm going to get this over to the edge, filling up some of that negative space that's out there. One last twig to blow out here. And that's looking pretty good. And I'm happy with it. Here we go. Maybe just a little bit more over in that direction. I like that. Yes. Now it's time for some fine tuning. So I pull out my straw. Just going to get that leaf, twig, petal, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, over to the edge. Bring up some of that caput mortuum for more contrast. And I think I'd like some more definition between those two leaves. Yeah, I'm going to call them leaves from now on. All right, so I blew some of that black base paint over it. And now it's time to turn this into more of a leaf shape. So here I just grabbed a pen. Some people use their fingers, but my fingernails are too long, and my manicure is too nice to do that. So I use the end of a pen. Okay, let's get this thing looking more leaf-shaped even more. I've got my dotting tool, and I'm using the wider end of it to pull some of that black base paint down and over the leaves. Give them a little, like a frilly type edge like leaves have, which will add more to the botanical experience on that. And I apologize for my hand being in the way. One of these days, maybe I'll get an actual, like, 2-camera system set up so my hand won't be in the way. But here's a better idea, which you can see what I'm doing. Just a few more. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, now I'm taking the small end of my dotting tool and just pulling out the paint, making tendrils. I don't actually know how many leaves actually have tendrils, but I like tendrils on my leaves. So I'm putting tendrils on my leaves. I'm going to pull out pretty much anywhere that there is a natural outcropping, just to add a little bit more to the botanical experience again. A few more here, a few more there. Yeah, I think that's looking good. All right, going to make sure those sides are fully covered. Again, easier before than after it's dried. A quick torch to make those air bubbles go away. And scrape the bottom so that the dripping paint doesn't drag your design where you don't want your design to go. And here's the wet results. I'm really, really happy with this. I have those cells in that lacing form, gives it kind of like an X-ray look. And here's the dry results. Yep, functions perfectly as a turntable, and I think it looks darn good. Thanks for watching.